Meetings have concluded. The Yankees have spent $99 million on a closer and a bat. And, they needed a closer because, let's face it, Dylan Betances is terrible. This kid will never be a closer in the major leagues ever. And I think we can blame that on the Yankees, much like they ruined Jabba Chamberlain. I think they're partially to blame for ruining Dylan Betances. Eighth inning guy, ninth. Eighth inning guy is the closer. Eighth inning close. Eighth inning close. Eighth inning close. Maybe they screwed up with his head. I have this theory that he's just not. He doesn't have the stones for prime time on a consistent basis to close in New York. And they needed a bat because, let's face it, that lineup is not good. It's young, still learning. But they spent $99 million and they didn't fix their need, which is starting pitching. You have no starting pitching. Now, one thing I love in the sports talk business and broadcasting is that if people know that you're a fan of a team, it's funny because you can't criticize them. Once I criticize the Yankees, I'm getting killed. But Chris, you're a Yankee fan. Wait a minute, Chris, are you a Met fan? Are you a closet Met fan? No, I'm just being a realist. I rip the Mets just as much as I rip the Yankees. I rip the Yankees as much as I rip the Mets. And this shouldn't be as a shock. I rip everybody equally. This is the same thing with politics. When I rip, someone on the right, I'm accused of being a liberal Democrat. If I rip somebody on the left, I'm accused of being a right-wing conservative whack job. No. I can hate various amounts of people. I can love various types of people. I can hate various types of people. It goes both ways. And I get what some people have been trying to tell me with the Yankees. Well, Chris, they're rebuilding. Oh, Chris, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding for 2019. The big free agent class is 2019. So we're going to have to go through 2017 and 2018, what, being terrible? Because let's face it, this starting pitching is brutal. Brutal. Tanaka might as well be called the bubble boy. He is so fragile, it's not even funny, and he is certainly not worth that contract. He never was. He was for maybe the first, I'd say, 9 starts of his career. Since then, has not been worth the money. And I haven't been impressed. CC, we all know, he was done 5 years ago. Severino, this kid's garbage. There's really nothing starting pitching wise that stands out for me with the New York Yankees, and this is what bothers me. You're going to be bad. You're not, and he even says, Cashman, I wouldn't have made the deal for sale because I know that we're not a superstar away from being. It was something along the lines of, we're not like one piece away or something like that. So then why are you spending $86 million for 5 years for a one-inning guy? Makes no sense. Especially when he's not going to have a lot of games to close. I mean, just think about that. He's not. I mean, this team is not going to be good next year. Listen, they'll be fun to watch at times. They're young, they're learning, but let's face it, the Yankees could go another 2 years without making the playoffs. It's very possible. They've got some money off the books this year, but they're targeting the off season heading into 2019. So we're supposed to sit here and what? Chapman's going to come in a 10-0 Yankees deficit because he needs work? I don't understand it. And maybe I'm missing something. Chapman was throwing 100 miles per hour, and last time I checked in the playoffs, people were hitting that. And the fact that he was dominant in the World Series, don't think so. He almost coughed it up numerous times. And yeah, you know what? If Chapman's feeling it that night and he's on, which listen, he's on about 70% of the time. But the other 30%, he's walking the ballpark. He's the typical guy that throws fast. It's either right down the middle or it's all over the place. I'm sorry. I was not a fan of bringing back Chapman. I don't like the thing with the domestic violence. And isn't this funny? The Yankees had, well, it's not funny. I'm sorry, because nothing's funny about domestic violence. So don't take that what I said, and it's not like that. The Yankees have a thing the other day, the day before they signed Chapman. So, like, I think the stadium went purple or something, or they put something out on the sign outside the stadium, and they said, we stand by domestic violence. We stand against domestic violence. We stand by domestic violence victims. And then you got to go and sign a gun wielding trash bag like Chapman. Really? And then some idiot posts on my wall because I said that. He says something about, Yankee fans are never happy. So I said, listen, I don't like girl beaters, much like I'm not a Reyes fan or a Familia fan. And this guy, also the guy's a Giant fan, so I could have said Josh Brown. This guy's the biggest putz in the world. He's one of those classic, internet wonders, Facebook know-it-alls. And he writes on my thing, like, just shut up, dude. And he goes, I don't know why we have to bring that up, Mr. Perfect. Trust me, I ain't perfect. But I've never hit a woman. And I'm sorry, to me, maybe it's wrong, maybe it's not the forgiving thing to do. The slightest allegation against you for hitting a woman, I will definitely be viewing you differently. Let's put it that way. So, no, I don't like Reyes. No, I don't like Familia. No, I don't like Josh Brown for the Giants. Ray Rice or any of these people that do that. But getting back to the baseball side of it, I don't understand why you would sign a closer with no starting pitching and you're not going to compete for 2 years. And so, they're making this 3 years down the road. So we're going to... I don't understand. So we're going to pay this guy big money for 2 years for what? He's not going to be closing a lot of games because they're not going to be winning a lot of games. That's what... that's what I can't get my head around. And I love how Cashman, we're not giving him 6. We're going to come back on my terms. Gives him 5. Give him 4. Or don't sign him at all. I'm sorry, but if you're going to rebuild, then rebuild. And honestly, if you're going to rebuild, then maybe you should have went the next year or two with Betances as the closer. Maybe he gets better as a ninth inning guy. Maybe. Because you're rebuilding. But we're going to go out and sign Chapman for 5 years, $86 million. When you're not going to make the playoffs for 2017 or 2018. There's no shot in freaking hell. Maybe 2018, maybe. Maybe you can sneak in as a wild card. Maybe. I mean, I have no problem with the holiday deal. 13 mil for a year. We gave a couple million less. But they did need a bat. All right, okay. But this Chapman thing, I'm sorry. I mean, I must be in the minority. I don't see it. I'm missing it. I'm really missing it. I don't know. No matter who you're shopping for, Sherry's Berries is the one-stop shop for everyone on your list. You don't have to battle the crowds to get the perfect gift. Shop with convenience right now from home. Christmas is 3 weeks away with 20 days left to shop, wrap, and deliver your gifts. Choose a gift from Sherry's Berries. Incredible collection of gifts and go